Are you tired of feeling impatient and frustrated with your relationships? Have you ever found yourself losing your cool in moments where you should have stayed calm? What if I told you that the ancient wisdom of Stoicism holds the key to unlocking true patience and harmony in your relationships? In today's video, we're diving into powerful Stoic strategies that can transform your personal and professional relationships. So, buckle up, because what you're about to learn will change how you see your interactions forever. The problem, the struggle with impatience. We've all been there. Whether it's a partner, a friend, or a colleague, relationships test our patience in ways that can sometimes feel unbearable. Arguments, misunderstandings, and unmet expectations, these challenges push our emotional buttons. And when we don't manage our emotions, everything can fall apart. But here's the reality. Relationships, whether personal or professional, will always demand patience. And when you don't have patience, it feels like everything is falling apart. The anger builds up. You feel misunderstood. But here's the thing, guys. This doesn't have to be the case. What if there's a better way? A way to take a step back and respond instead of react? A way to remain calm in the chaos? That's where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics were masters at managing their emotions and cultivating patience in the most trying circumstances. They faced wars, betrayal, and even exile, and yet they remained centered. So, how did they do it? The solution: Stoic strategies to cultivate patience. The first Stoic principle we need to understand is the concept of control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is huge. How does it apply to patience? When you're faced with a frustrating situation, maybe a coworker has missed a deadline, or your partner just doesn't get where you're coming from, you need to remind yourself, you cannot control their actions. You can only control how you respond. The moment you realize this, you stop wasting energy on things beyond your control and focus only on your reaction. Let me ask you this. How many times have you spent days stressing over something you couldn't control? Imagine all that wasted energy could have been used to strengthen the relationship instead. Imagine instead responding with calmness, understanding, and empathy. Here's a practical Stoic tool you can use. Negative visualization. It sounds a little odd, but it's incredibly powerful. By imagining the worst-case scenario, you start to appreciate what you already have. Imagine the person you love leaving your life, or the colleague that you constantly clash with being gone. It sounds dramatic, but it makes you realize how valuable the relationship is. And here's the kicker. If you can handle the worst in your mind, the actual problems you face will seem like small bumps in the road. This simple shift in perspective will make you less likely to react impulsively and more likely to respond with patience. Now, let's talk about another Stoic principle: viewing challenges as opportunities. When things get tough, we often think, "Why me?" But the Stoics didn't see difficulties as obstacles. They saw them as tests. And guess what? Every test is an opportunity for growth. Next time you find yourself in a tense situation, pause. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? You might be surprised at what you discover. Your patience will naturally increase when you realize that challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to a stronger relationship. One more key Stoic practice: the dichotomy of control. The Stoics broke the world down into two categories: things you can control and things you cannot. Patience comes from this understanding. Let me hit you with a question. When was the last time you spent a sleepless night worrying about something you couldn't change? Take a moment to think about that. Now, imagine how much more peace you'd have if you focused on the things within your control, your own actions, your reactions, and your mindset. It's time to stop wasting your energy on what others do and focus on mastering your own response. All right, by now, you're probably wondering, how do I put all of this into practice? Well, it's simple, but not easy. Patience is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. Start small. The next time you feel the urge to react in frustration, take a deep breath. Acknowledge the feeling, but don't act on it. Let it pass like a storm. This is your first step toward mastering patience. Here's the truth. Patience isn't about sitting idly by and letting people walk all over you. It's about responding thoughtfully, not emotionally. It's about acting with wisdom, not impulse. You're not surrendering. You're strengthening your relationships by being the calm in the storm. Now I know you might be thinking, I'm just too impatient by nature. This isn't going to work for me. But let me tell you, every Stoic had their challenges too. Marcus Aurelius himself struggled with anger, but he worked at it day by day. You can do the same. Let's go back to the beginning. What would happen if you embraced patience in your relationships? Imagine a world where arguments dissolve with calm conversation, where misunderstandings are cleared up with understanding, and where you truly connect with the people around you. That's the power of Stoicism. But here's the catch. Change doesn't happen overnight. This is a journey. It requires effort, but I promise you, it's worth it. So, I challenge you. Start today. Choose patience. Start by controlling your reactions, not the actions of others. Use the Stoic tools we discussed and watch your relationships transform. And remember, every time you choose patience, you're one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching this video on Stoicism and patience. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little more patience in their life. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. And by practicing these principles, you can cultivate patience and build stronger, more meaningful relationships. I'll leave you with one final thought from Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Similarly, patience doesn't come from controlling others, but from controlling yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.